What to do in case of an accident. Are you okay? Be concerned for the employee and put the employee at ease. Do not confront or accuse the employee. Call 911 if it is an emergency. Ask the employee to fill out the DWC-1 and submit the finished form to Jonome. While they're filling up the form, you can do some preliminary investigation. If it is possible, take a photo of the area immediately. Then get the employee's story and let the employee explain what happened and let the employee finish what he or she is saying. Please don't make judgments or make judgmental remarks as it will make them defensive. Keep it confidential. If it's possible, allow the employee to recall the story at the area of the accident to get a clear picture. After the employee explained his or her story, you should be able to understand who are involved in the accident, when did the accident occur, like what time and date, where did the accident occur, what were they doing at that time, and why did the accident happen, and how could it be prevented. Ask more questions if you need to understand. Repeat the story back to the employee to ensure you got the information correctly. Write it all down and give that information to Jonime. Report to Ardy as soon as possible. Assess the situation if the event is a first aid. First aid are considered minor injuries and illnesses. Some examples are cuts, scratches, scrapes. And have our licensed nurses assess and do the initial treatment. If it is a reportable injury or illness, it means that it needs more than first aid treatment. These injuries include, but not limited to, back injury, strains, sprains, exposure to hazardous substances, cumulative trauma injuries. These types of events need to be seen by the doctor, so the employee must go to U.S. HealthWorks. If they are going to U.S. HealthWorks, make sure to ask the employee to initial and sign the authorization for release of records. Interview other employees who have witnessed the incident. When you are sending an employee to the clinic, please fill up the U.S. HealthWorks treatment authorization forms. Injured employees can be picked up by U.S. HealthWorks on the day of injury if they want to. Give this form to the employees. If possible, give the employee a copy of their job description to give to their doctor. And ensure that the employee has the following notices. The DWC-1 notice, so the form goes back to Jonime, but the notice should be given to the employee. And the strategic comp M and P, and that is in English and Spanish. After the employee is sent to the clinic, there might be several results. 1, the employee can return to work with no limitation. Yay! That's good news. Or, number 2, the employee can return to work but with limitations. Please notify Ardy immediately. See the doctor's notes and what are the modifications required. Can we give that modified work? If it's yes, then the supervisor and Ardy must create a modified duty job description that corresponds to the work limitation. Show it to the employee and allow the employee to give his or her input in it. That way there's a dialogue. If the employee agreed to the modified work presented, please have them sign and ensure that this document is sent to Jonime. If the work limitation is too much and we cannot accommodate it, then Ardy will need to have a dialogue with other department heads to see if we can accommodate or they can accommodate such limitations. If there are availability in other departments, then a modified duty description will be drafted, show to the employee, allowing them to be involved in the process, and if it is agreed upon, have that employee sign the new job description. However, if Villa Scalabrini has no modified duty available for that employee, even in other departments, Then the supervisor must inform the employee to keep up with the treatments, submitting to the villa the doctor's reports until the employee is fit for duty. Employee can use the available sick and vacation pay if applicable. Make sure show compassion to the employee. Now, there's a possibility too that the employee cannot return to work. Totally, they have to be no work. And if that's the case, please notify Ardy immediately and hope for the best. Show compassion and again remind the employee to keep submitting the doctor's report until they're fit for duty. Most of these injuries are preventable, so ask your team to watch each other and be responsible to having a safe work environment. Thank you, and if you have any questions, you can call Joni May at extension 216.